So many people have been asking me, Paul, what company do you work for? I work for this company, Meten, or Meten in Chinese, also known as Metropolitan English or Meten International Education Group.
So the one I work at Liho Plaza is split into two sections. You have this section over here where it has some classrooms and the office, and then it has this section over here, which is a little more quiet. It has some classrooms, but mostly VIP private classrooms and IELTS teaching. It's in a corner of a mall. It's not like in the center of everything. And then of course you have some massage chairs, which are very nice when you have some time off. This particular center is actually very convenient. You get a Hakka restaurant here. This is Waleda, I think it's pronounced, and they serve frog. It's a very popular chain. And this is the kiosk for some of the marketing guys who hand out brochures and looking for new students. On this particular mall, we're located on the 4th floor. And most malls are the same in China. This is what it looks like. Bottom floor is jewelry and some of the higher end shops. 3rd floor is all electronics. Then there's, this is all kids section, a couple restaurants, and then the 5th floor is all restaurants, and some really, really good ones too. Say hi. Hello. This is what some of the offices look like, and the computer lab. And we currently have some classes going on here. Here's what one of the smaller group classes look like. This is one of the older centers in Meten, and yeah, it's still comfortable enough. Every center has a VIP area, and there's currently a VIP class going on here, and the VIPs can come and take lessons. I am currently waiting on one of my students, and I'd much rather be there right now, to be honest.
In addition to the centers, there's 3 of them in our city. Sometimes you get to go out and teach in other places. Like tonight I'm going to go teach at a factory, and this factory makes iPhones. So I get to see that process go down, and it's just 2 hours out there. They pick me up in a chauffeured car, and they take me out to the factory, I teach, and then they bring me back. It's a pretty cool deal. Behind me is another office that I work at, also in Zhongshan. Let's go take a look at this one. This office is considerably smaller from the outside, but it actually goes back, and there's a lot of administrative offices in the back. This is our area for English corners and a reading room for the students. It's just a long corridor that comes into the back here. You got a very large classroom. These are some VIP rooms, and then the sales offices, accounting, finance, HR, management.
In addition, all Meten centers have this movie theater, and you know, we can give classes in here, but we also show English movies. This is a small one. In some of the larger cities, they're bigger and they have like stadium type seating, but it's a nice little feature for the students.
Alright, today I'm back in Shaolin, which is the city that I lived in for the first 1.5 years of my time here in China. And I worked at, that's behind the pillar there, this school here. It's a similar mall, but a brand new center and a brand new mall. Unlike the other one, which is a little bit older, this is an example of what you see in a larger, newer one. Let me give you a quick view of the mall.
Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you've seen this mall before. My very first videos were often filmed walking through here. Again, we have a line of massage chairs, and then at the end of the area over there is an IMAX theater and a ton of very good restaurants. I miss the restaurants here next to this Meten, and then we'll go right in and take a look. It's about lunchtime right now. So, here are the ladies at the front desk. Say hi to everybody. Hi. They make great coffee, by the way. This is the English corner area. And in this one, there's a very large reading room for the students to do their homework. And then we have lots of classes, both private and group classrooms. Back over here, these are all the teachers. These are all the people I work with, and we are all going to lunch now. This is a classroom I just gave a workshop in. I am a part-time teacher trainer, I guess. So you can see it's very large with monitors. And of course, another movie theater. It's a small one, but I kind of like it. It's really intimate. This is a great place to have meetings and even classrooms. And here we have all the teachers lined up, and then this is the teacher office. This is an example of one of the restaurants we can go eat at as a large group. We often go to dinner and lunch together. It's one of my favorite things about living and working here. And the food is fantastic, and it's very, very cheap. And of course, every restaurant in China has a little zoo of every kind of seafood you can think of. And this is where we eat dim sum. This is right above the school, and we will come here often to eat tea or drink tea and have some dim sum. It's huge. And it's a very popular thing here in Shaolin. Working for Meten has been wonderful. I've really enjoyed my time. I've learned a lot. I love teaching adults. We have high schools and middle schoolers during the summertime and occasionally on the weekends, but it's mostly business people here in the city. And they're really good students, and they work really hard, and the teachers work very hard. Management takes good care of us. They include us in a lot of activities, as you've seen over the last couple of years on my channel. A lot of the things and places that I go with my fellow co-workers. The pay is very good. Remember, I work 40 to 50 hours a week, and those extra 10 hours are really just for me. I go in early, and I get my lesson plans done, really. I live in Zhongshan, which is one of the 5 dragons of the Pearl River, and it's the most affordable place. And my rent is low, cost of living is low, and so my spending money is quite high, and my saving rate is quite high. Salaries are actually increasing for these types of jobs over the next couple of years, too. So it's really good prospects, because there's very few qualified teachers still coming to China legally, of course. In addition to all of that, they do give you support for living in China. They cover your visa process, all the expenses that are associated with that, they reimburse you for. Plus there are bonuses and incentives and, for all different things, whether you're recruiting other teachers or employees or you are finding new students, there's money to be made there. So compensation is very, very good for this type of job. In addition, this particular company is transitioning to a new curriculum, which is very exciting. They've had this old curriculum now that works well, but some of the material is a little dated. So they have partnered at great expense with National Geographic in America. It's great. It's cooperative learning, Kagan strategies, flipped classroom ideas, a lot of interactive stuff, TED Talks, listening and videos, and the books are fantastic. They're probably the best English books I've seen on the market. And all of that, they're currently transitioning. Many of the cities here in China have already gone to this new curriculum, and by the end of the year, the entire company will be on it. And the feedback has been phenomenal from the students. This is really going to make this company stand way above all the other ones here in China.
The requirements for working for this company are the same as any other English teaching company in China. You have to have a college degree, clean criminal background. You have to come from a native speaking country. That includes Australia, America, Canada, England, South Africa. If you're coming from the Philippines, there's a special program that the Chinese government has put inside, and your pay will be considerably less, unfortunately. If you are coming from India, sorry, you don't count. It's unfortunate, but those are the Chinese government rules, not the school rules. If you're coming from Russia, the Eastern Europe, or anywhere in Europe other than England, anywhere in Africa other than South Africa, or anywhere in Southeast Asia, unfortunately you will not qualify for a working visa, therefore you cannot get a job with this company. But if you are interested in working, it's a great company and we're constantly looking for teachers. So hit me up, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Demand is really high and supply is very low.